sign up for a 3-year, $30,000 bonus, and they leave after a year. They leave after a year. They have to pay the bonus money back, and they leave. They can't take it. They can't take it.
You know, you get into this thing called truth, or you become red-pilled, and there are times the burden of knowing can just drive you nuts. It's almost like, you know, you wish you could become a happy idiot again. I can't help myself. I don't imagine a lot of you out there can either. Just seek it out. And sometimes you look at these problems and you just think, this is insurmountable. How the hell are we going to get out of this one? We're just in a lot of trouble. And it's just, you know, I don't know, I guess we just keep on stumbling along as the humans we are, from one screw up to the next. I just wonder at times how long it's going to last. Anyway, this is one of the screw ups. What I guess I've, God, I don't know how many border agents or border patrol agents or customs agents I've spoken to out there on the street. At least a dozen, maybe even more. I mean, certainly a lot of them, enough. And this is another one. This guy's an award-winning custom agent. Of course, you know, when he tells you how he got this score with catching these drugs, you just go, well, you know, they give the rules. This is what I wonder about. You know, they give the rules when they're going through the border about, you know, what you should do so you don't get searched. Well, if you don't follow the rules, then you get searched, and if you have anything, they're going to catch you. But if you follow the rules and you got drugs, they're not going to search you, so, you know, they don't catch the drugs. So this whole thing is really stupid. I mean, you really have to be a dumbass to get caught smuggling in drugs across the border. But anyway, this guy, through, you know, just because some dumbass drug agent didn't follow the rules, sent him in to get, you know, the truck to get scanned, and they found these, you know, all these drugs, and this guy got this award because it's called a Blue Eagle Award. But he's had enough. He's had it. He says that, you know, it's too much anymore. And the problem is, I've talked to other agents out there, and they said there's like, you know, 3,000 agents. They're forced to retire when they're 57 years old. He says 3,000 agents that will be retiring soon, and there's no one to take their place. So, and no one's taking their place because the job, I mean, you're getting spit on, man. You're getting trashed, you know. So, I don't know. How do you overcome this? What happens when, you know, I don't know. As I said, what happens? What happens? You know, the wall alone isn't going to keep people out. So, at any rate, you know, maybe you got an answer. All I'm doing is getting a bunch of questions I can't answer. Anyway, let's get to the flick because it's a short one. I've already probably talked longer than this one will last, but here we go. God bless you. Pray for me out there, and pray for all of us. We're going to need those prayers. See you on the streets. What do you do on the border?
U.S. Customs.
Tip of the hat to you, sir.
Thank you.
How long have you been doing that?
12 years. I've got the biggest load of drugs that ever came through the port of Nogales. I got it last December. This is me getting a letter from the President and the Department of Homeland Security. It's called a Blue Eagle Award. It's the highest award given to a CBP officer. You know.
Well, congratulations. I am honored to meet you, sir. I've talked to a few other agents. Now, you're not an agent. You work in one of the ports of entry,
I'm
or
a customs officer. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
See, that's wrong. It's supposed to say 665 pounds of methamphetamine, 100 pounds of coke, and 20 pounds of fentanyl.
Holy schmoly!
Legal awards. Just
holy schmoly!
I've got pictures of the actual drugs in the truck.
And how did you catch that? I mean, how did that?
I work in the cargo facility, and the guy, if it's an empty trailer, he's supposed to have the door open on the driver's side on the trailer. He had the wrong door open, so I sent him to X-ray, and they found it in the truck. You know, if he had the right door open, he would have been down the road.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Now, they've heard estimates of how much you guys catch and how much gets through.
We get bare minimum of what comes through. This was the truck. That's the floor of the truck. We had to peel it up.
And that's where the drugs were?
Yeah, where the drugs were. That's a picture I took of a guy on the fence that got caught in a barbed wire that we had just put up. That was close to 700 pounds of meth, 104 pounds of coke, and 22 pounds of fentanyl.
And how have things improved at all, or what would you say?
Not really. I mean, as for the people coming across, yeah, it's cut down specifically, tremendous, because they know they're not coming through now. So, but we still get a lot from Mexico running across, and they get returned right back to Mexico. Because they have to make entry at a port of entry. You can't come running up the lanes. You have to actually apply for asylum at the port of entry. What we're seeing now is a lot of people are coming in. They're requesting asylum. We send them back to Mexico, and they disappear. While we're waiting for them to come back, they go back to their home country. They're saying how bad it is there, but yet they turn around and go back after they find out that they're not just going to walk in the door anymore.
Right.
So.
A little bit of improvement, it sounds like.
I've been there for 12 years. It's time to leave. I'm thinking of going to like a airport, Memphis, work at the FedEx facility and scan packages there. I mean, it'd be a big difference.
Now, one of the things I've also heard is that there are going to be a lot of agents retiring.
Yeah.
And that it's going to be tough because there's not many guys that want to take the job because you guys are getting trashed.
We've got people that are getting $30,000 bonus just to join. Versus us old guys that have been there for years and years, and to come to the southern border, they're given a $30,000 bonus. And these guys aren't even staying a year. They sign up for a 3-year $30,000 bonus, and they leave after a year. They have to pay the bonus money back. And they leave. They can't take it. But it's these young kids. They're all coming in with this, mentality. They want me to be a supervisor. I say absolutely not. I get written up because you're here to work. I want you to work. You just sit there on your cell phone all day long. You got a job to do.
Jeez, you don't know how often I hear this.
Yeah, I get written up every day because I would be holding some people responsible. So no, I'm not. It's not worth the extra money to be a supervisor, to get written up and to have my ass in the grinder every day. It's not worth it. So, but I'm considering going to work a FedEx facility in Memphis and get off the border. I mean, the border. I've seen a lot. I've done a lot. I've been involved in a lot, but it's time to move on.
God bless you, brother. Thanks for your service. Here's a get out of jail free card from Hillary Clinton. It's good for any crime in the world, as you well know. The only problem is, of course, you'd have to identify yourself as Hillary, and
you know what?
you'll never do that.
I can identify myself as anything I want.
That's true. Yeah, you can, because then you have to be a liberal to get away with that. You know.
Don't say her. She's from Mexico. I caught her on the fence.
I was too old to get away.
Good catch. Good catch.
Nice meeting you, sir.
Pleasure meeting you, sir. Ma'am, pleasure. So there you go. I don't know. Do you see any answers? How we're going to secure that border? How do you do it when all the agents are retiring and they can't hire new ones? AI robotics technology. You got it. It's going to take all our jobs. They won't even need us anymore. Well, hell, there'll be no one crossing the border because the AI robotic technology is going to kill us anyway. So, no, well, oh, that's another problem. Forget that one. That's another problem to worry about. We'll get to that in another clip. If you like it, you like it. Okay, you share. If you can contribute. God bless you. I love you all. See you on the streets.